Okay, so today we continue our look at solving systems. Yeah, so we've covered substitution and elimination, or the addition method, right? And then there's graphing, which I haven't covered, but that's another way you can solve a system. But now, today we look at systems that get a little bit bigger. Okay, so this time now, instead of two equations with two unknowns, x and y, now we have three equations with three unknowns, x, y, and z. Okay, and you can solve these by hand. If you do, it takes a long time, and gets a lot of room for error, right? So the only way to solve these, well, you can use the elimination method if you combine two, and then, yeah, it's a huge long process. Or you can use substitution. Again, that's also quite a bit of work to do that. So today, instead of showing you all those, I'm going to show you a method that uses the calculator and matrices to solve these systems. When I was in college and took the class on matrices, right, once I got to this level, or this size and anything bigger, the professor just said just to put it in the calculator, because then you would ensure that you get the right answer and not make some silly mistake. Okay, so to do that, to put it in the matrices, first you got to make what's called the augmented matrix, right? And to do that, it's very simple. You just pull out the coefficients in front of x, y, and z, and then also this constant number on the other side, right? So it'll look something like this. Okay, so it's 1, 1, 2, 11, 1, 1, 3, 14, 1, 2, negative 1, 5. Okay, so there's my augmented matrix. It's a 3 by 4, right? 3 being the number of rows, and then 4 being the number of columns, right? So to do this, you need a graphing calculator. So I'll pull mine up, right? And by the way, all this, what we're doing, there is a process and number of steps to do this all by hand. Yeah, so you can do this by hand. I'm not going to show you that today. I'm just going to show you how to use the calculator to solve this, right? So you want to go into the matrix functions, which is you press second, and then the button right underneath math, and that's the matrix, right? And then you want to scroll all the way over to where it says edit. Okay, and it's a 3 by 4. So you press 3 by 4, and if you mess up on the things, you put 4 by 3. It'll make a 4 by 3 matrix, and then you say, well, that doesn't match, so then you can change the numbers, right? So now you just type the numbers in, and you hit enter. So 1, and it's going to go across. Right, so 1, 1, 2, 11. Enter. 1, 3. Oops. Nope. Read that back. 1, 3, 14. And then 1, 2, negative 1, 5. Okay. Now, once you have this, what you need to get out of this mode, right, or this function, right? So you press second mode, and that's the quit. So you just go second quit, and then you want to go back into matrix function. Now this time, instead of going over to edit, because our matrix is right there, you can see it. It's a matrix A. I want to scroll over to math, and then you can either scroll up or down. Okay, and you want to scroll to where it says RREF. This stands for Reduced Row Echelon Form. Okay, so if you look in your textbook, there's probably a page and a half explaining how to find the reduced row echelon form of a matrix by hand. Okay, so I'm going to do this, hit enter. Now it's asking to find this form of what matrix. So you press second matrix again, and you hit enter, right, and that puts in matrix A, and then you hit enter, and you get this. Okay, so when you get this on your screen, it'll look something like this. Okay, and then 2, 3, 3. Okay, now what's your answer? Well, the first one is your x, the second column is your y, and the third column is your z. Right? Okay, now x, let me move this up. Okay, so 1x equals 2. So x equals 2. Y equals 1y equals 3. And z equals 3 as well. So there you go. Okay. This method is really helpful, especially on tests like the HCT where you got to solve lots of systems. And you can actually do this for the 2 systems and 2 unknowns like the x and y like before. You just have to go through the process of typing all this into the calculator. The more times you do it, the faster you can get at doing this. Okay, so doing this again, right? So we have our system, right? 3 equations for unknowns. So we pull out the coefficients. So it's 4, -1, 2, 11. 1, 2, -1, -1, 2, 2, -3, -1. Okay, so there's my augmented matrix. Okay, so I come to my calculator, right? Slide it over this time, right? So to do that, you go second math, go over to edit, hit enter. Remember, it's still at 3 by 4, and then you type all these in. So 4, -1, 2, 11. Come on. Okay. 1, 2, -1, -1, 2, 2, -3, -1. Okay. Second quit, and then second matrix. Go over to math. Scroll down. I'll scroll down this time so you can kind of see. To RREF, hit enter, and then second matrix again, this time matrix A, hit enter, and I get this. Okay, and all the equations today, or all the augmented matrix that you get, will have an answer. When you do this, there's a couple cases when there's no solution and infinitely many solutions that we'll cover at a later point. But for today, just know that this is how you do it. So it's 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. It's 2, -1, 1. Right? So your x equals 2, y equals -1, and z equals 1. So there you go. If you have any questions, please comment or email me. Thanks.